Yeah. What? 1, 2. Welcome to I'm Sober Dad. We say a lot of words and stuff. We like to talk about our dads and not really our moms and stuff. Bry is sitting over there. He's pretty fucking ugly. He's really, really out of shape, and he's gross, and he's fat.
Dude, come
What?
on, man.
What? I was just freestyling.
Guess what? I forgot to turn the camera on. So, how about you get up? How about you fucking do something on the podcast for once? Just go press record on the camera. Welcome to I'm Sorry, Dad. If you're watching on YouTube, you aren't, because we haven't pressed record yet. Oh, we're recording on YouTube now. Hope you guys enjoyed that beatbox.
Hope you guys who are watching on YouTube enjoyed the black screen for 20 seconds.
Yeah. Guess what, dude? I used to consider myself a beatboxer.
Oh, yeah?
I fucked up.
Is that why you stopped considering yourself a beatboxer?
Well, ask me why I started to beatbox.
Why'd you start to beatbox?
I beatbox to eat box. Eating that pussy.
Has that ever worked for you?
I've never, ever said that line. I beatbox to eat box, but
Beatboxed.
I used to play the saxophone, and I was a singer, and I was in bands and stuff, and then I started beatboxing, and I would do it anywhere I could. I would even like bring speakers to parties, because I like to perform.
Yeah.
And one time I was at a college party, my buddy's place. He was like, there was a band there, and I took a set break, and I beatboxed. I had a whole like routine, and afterwards, this is when I didn't know how to handle girls at all. I beatboxed, and apparently it was impressive. And then a girl came to me, and she said to me, "That was the sexiest thing I have ever seen." And I was like, "Oh, wow, well, thanks."
Beatboxing?
Yeah, I guess so.
That was the sexiest thing she's ever seen?
Yeah, I guess so. I used to be good at it. Like, I used to be, like, actually in the world of beatboxing. People would be like, oh, that was good. But now, like, the new generation of beatboxers has gotten crazy, doing bigger, better things.
And I'm left behind.
It's like extreme sports.
Yeah.
This new generation coming up, dude.
Of beatboxers.
They're just
These new
beatboxers.
kids nowadays,
Yeah, dude.
they got their auto-tune.
But, yeah, I could, like, get girls to like me from beatboxing, but then after that, didn't know what to do.
So you would beatbox to get your foot in the door.
Yep.
And then you'd beatbox your way out of the door.
Well, I put my foot in my mouth. All right. Welcome to I'm Sorry Dad podcast. I think I already said that. But,
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. Here we go.
Hey, remember...
I was getting excited.
So there's this beatboxer named Rozelle. Still is. Probably the most legendary beatboxer. There's Dougie Fresh.
Yeah.
Of course, but Rozelle used to sing and beatbox at the same time.
What?
That was too long. And
Sorry.
back in the early 2000s, it was like mind-blowing. And then I taught myself how to do it. Want to hear it?
I mean, sure.
It's not going to be impressive anymore. People are going to be like, yeah, cool, whatever. But back when I was in high school, I was doing it. People were like, whoa!
They would roll up on their razors. With their razor scooters.
You'd get an applause break during shows.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, ready? If your girl only knew.
Oh, shit.
If your girl only knew. If your girl only knew.
Dude, Jeff, get over here. This guy's beatboxing.
And
oh, my
singing
God. Is that guy beatboxing and singing?
at the same time. If your girl only
Bethany, get over here.
You know what? You're kind of interrupting me. I'm
No, I know.
I'm gonna shut your mic off. If your girl But yeah, that used to be like impressive in the beatbox community.
Uh-huh.
Then one time in like 2008, I did it at this big ass concert.
Get the words right, you fella.
Festival concert.
Uh-huh.
And I was doing that. No one fucking reacted. And then I broke and I was like, that used to be impressive. And then I got a laugh. So I was like, oh, all right, at least I got a laugh.
Yeah. That used to be impressive. It's like somebody tap dancing at a rock show.
Right.
Like, that used to be really impressive.
Right. But the new generation.
Yeah.
Then I used to do this routine where I'd go faster and faster. Want to hear it?
Yeah. I mean, sure. Okay.
Wait, I'll start it slow.
Faster. 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 Faster.
And that used to be impressive too. I used to be better at it. Pretty dope though, huh? All right, ready, Michael Jackson. Cool, right?
Yeah, right.
The bass line and the beat.
Yeah.
Only a certain demographic. Percentage of people can do it. So what I'm trying to say is I'm awesome.
That's cool.
Got a glass of wine here on I'm Sorry Dad this episode.
Can I have a sip of it after that ordeal?
I'd prefer you didn't, because
All right.
I'm not one to just share sips.
Why not?
Do you want your own glass of wine?
No, I want a sip of your wine.
I don't like that.
Why? Why don't you want to sip with me? Why don't you want to be my sip buddy, my sip bro?
Because we're not in church right now. The blood of Christ.
Yeah, it is the blood of Christ.
Amen.
I'm about to give you the flesh of Christ,
The body of Christ.
the body of Christ.
The body of Christ.
You want to feel my body of Christ?
I used to have a joke for that.
You want to feel my body of Christ while I drink your blood of Christ?
Have you ever gone to church?
Maybe get some of your mayo of Christ.
The come of Christ.
The
Amen.
come of Christ. Amen. The second coming of Christ.
How about I pour you a glass of wine?
No, it's all right. I just wanted to upset you.
Oh,
Yeah.
well. I mean, this wine is making my mouth dry. It's gonna be great for audio, dude. Don't say ASMR or whatever the fuck it is.
I wasn't.
We say that on every fucking episode.
I wasn't. When you're doing it anyway.
Super gross.
Oh, man.
So what's new, dude? You're just texting a girl. Who was it?
I was just texting a girl who I met off of an app.
What app?
Don't want to say. Only Instagram. I met her off Instagram.
Oh, so if you're listening right now, message Brandon.
Oh, no. It's not like that. It's not like that at all.
Oh, it's an influencer.
No, it's not.
What race is she?
What? She's white.
Well, you like black girls.
I do like black girls, but I mean, they don't like me.
Sure they do.
No, they don't. Trust me. I've been on many dating apps, and every black girl I swipe on, I like say please, every single one. Like, I'm very attracted to black girls, but they don't like me.
You know what I've noticed after living in LA?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it's just my perception because I do like dark skinned girls. I feel like Mexican girls, generally speaking, might like white dudes. Is that a thing?
Mexican girls like white dudes?
Is that a thing?
No, white women like Mexican men.
They do?
Yeah. Why do you think I'm here?
Oh, yeah.
My
Your mom.
mom's. Yeah, my mom's white and my dad's Mexican.
I
So
thought you were saying, I'm in your apartment right now because of all the Mexican girls that are here.
no. Sorry, that took some backstory to get.
No, I'm just not smart.
No, it's like I think that you're saying that Mexican girls like white dudes.
Like my ex, Frank, super Latina.
She wasn't that Latina. I don't know how Latina you're talking here.
She was 100%. She just didn't look it. She was just like a slender model.
Beautiful, gorgeous, love of my life.
Beautiful, gorgeous. Although she did post a lot of selfies with filters. And girls, when they do that, when girls post selfies with filters, they think they look good. But to everyone else, they just look insecure.
Jesus Christ. I mean, yeah, but like, well, you don't post photos with filters, right? Sometimes?
No, I'm just saying, like, a lot of girls will do the dog filter.
Oh, you mean the Snapchat? I thought you just meant like a filter.
Oh, no.
Oh, I was like, that's everybody on Instagram most of the time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you mean like
Snapchat.
a dog filter?
Yeah.
Or like that. Oh, that what's that filter with the crown or whatever that makes your face look really like fucking popping?
Right.
I don't know what that one is, but I've seen a few girls do that.
She posts a lot of those, and I was always like, I prefer to not date someone who does that. But
You gave it a shot.
She was really cool.
Okay.
And I love her.
All right, let's go.
Guess what I wrote? I wrote some lyrics about her. This is really cheesy. Singing's very vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
But it's a good melody.
Uh-huh.
Super relatable lyrics based on my stand-up.
So what is it? A Weird Al Yankovic song? What do you mean it's based off your stand-up?
No, I just have a joke that says like everything reminds me of my ex-girlfriend. So give me a beat that's like.
Okay, we'll give me a second.
All right, keep going. Oh, I'm trying so hard to get you off my mind. Oops, I fucked it up. Keep going. This is for you, Frank. This is about you, Frank. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm trying so hard to get you out my head, but everything reminds me of you. And I know you might think I'll love you till I'm dead, but over time I'll get over you. Everything reminds me of you. Everything reminds me, and I don't want it to.
AIDS.
Yeah. This is our best episode yet.
Oh man,
We're just being silly, having
just being
fun.
silly. Yeah, I like Rye.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's all right.
I just think you're so silly, and I just want to be silly together.
Wow, you're silly tonight.
I'm a silly.
Usually you're just like nihilistic, or is that not the word? I don't know.
Nihil. What are you trying to associate that word with?
Like.
Nihilistic. Rye, no one can see in the audio your silly face.
Well, but I like to make faces, so shut the fuck up, dude. I beatbox to eatbox. I make face to fuck face.
Yeah, you are a fuckface.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
Cheers.
Nice. Anyways, so Ryan, have you been reading the news lately?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Just figured we'd get
dude.
right into it.
The news as in like Alabama?
No, not the news that a bunch of people from Alabama are going to elect a child molester into the Senate.
You mean Vine 2.
The important things.
The important things. A new app.
A new application where people can make disposable content.
Vine 2. Yeah, apparently Vine 2 is coming out. And
Yeah.
that's all anybody knows.
That's it, yeah. It's called They don't even know if it's called Vine 2. It's just this guy who founded Vine he tweeted out saying like, "Hey, I'm working on a startup app or something that is going to be the sequel to Vine." And he says he's working on it. And then like 4 days later, he released a logo that was just said V2. It looks very like it looks like a second grader did the artwork.
Yeah, it looked like Comic Sans font.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. It didn't, like, Vine's logo was so clean
Yeah.
that it was beautiful to look at. But like this logo looks like that Vine logo, like done by a first grader.
Yeah, I usually have a rule where I don't support any business that use Comic Sans font. But if this can make me money and get me puss, then go for it. Go for it, Dom. Dom Hoffman.
His name's Dom Hoffman.
Yeah.
He's the guy who founded Vine, or did he create Vine? What's his role?
He created Vine.
Okay.
Then he sold it for, I don't know how much, millions, maybe $1 billion.
Oh.
Now he's funding Vine 2. And he came out with some principles for V2. He tweeted, 3 principles for V2. 1.
Nice.
2. No. 1. Give an equal voice to every artist. 2. Be as generous as possible to every artist. So that means like everyone's going to get puss.
Nice.
3. Foster a civilized, kind, inclusive, and absolutely non-toxic community. So back to principle 1, give an equal voice to every artist. What does that mean?
I don't know. What did the original Vine not give an equal voice to every artist? It kind of did.
Well, if you became popular, you kind of stayed popular. You dominated the popular page, which I fought against. The whole Revine for Revine thing.
I mean, we both ended up doing it, though,
We
right?
did. We ended up doing it. And then
I mean, I fought it, too, in the beginning, but then I was like, fuck it.
You have to.
I said I have to. I didn't have to. We didn't have to do it. But I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do it because everybody who I admire is doing it. Like David Lopez was doing it.
Yeah.
I forgot Jason was doing it.
Yeah.
It's like all my friends are doing it. I might as well do it. Like, why not? And then I did it, and then I got a lot of shit for it from Jesse, my brother.
I got, I want to have Gabby on the podcast. She, because I was like, I would post Vines about like, hey, popular Viners, how about we don't revine each other? Then the caption would be like, if you revine for Revine, it's not allowing new Viners to come up.
Sure.
And it's like promoting shitty content. So like that got me a lot of respect in the community. But then I started, at the very end of Vine, I started to do it because everyone was doing it. So I was like, fuck, now everyone's doing it. Same reason as you.
Yeah.
Gabby, the Gabby show, Gabby Hanna texted me pretty angrily. Like, how come you do rewind?
Wait, what? What did she say?
I start with that a lot. I do a fake Gabby impression. It's not actually an impression.
Uh-huh.
She was like, how come you're doing rewind for rewind? She just has a raspy voice. So that's
Yeah, I know.
How come you're doing rewind for rewind?
That just sounded like Zayn.
Yeah, I have the same impression for Zayn.
Yeah. But she was like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then she actually said, I was like, I feel like I have to. I tried to make people stop, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
So now I'm in a position where if I don't do it, I'm going to become broke. It's like, this is my livelihood. It's become my livelihood. It wasn't before. And then she said something hurtful.
What'd she say?
She was like, I feel like maybe... Oh, I said, like, when the Rewind came out, all of us were getting less followers. Because I was speaking to Jerome Jar, Rudy Mancuso, and Nicholas Megalis when it first came out. It's because our content was diluted and being spread all across everyone's pages. So people could watch our stuff without going to our page.
Yeah.
And without following us. So we were seeing a dip in daily followers.
Uh-huh.
So I told Gabby that, and she said, like... something to the degree of, I think maybe that you became popular because you were on the app so early and no one else had a choice. Like you were one of the only few choices.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I probably still have it in my text.
Yeah.
But I was a grown ass man then, and I am now. I knew a way to deflate something, especially with girls. A way to deflate an argument is to say, that really hurts my feelings.
What had happened when you said that? That really hurts my feelings.
I think it pretty much ended the conversation. But
you said that really hurts my feelings?
And it did.
Wow. I'm just imagining. Wow. ... That really hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
That's such a like. That's so. I mean, it's vulnerable, but it's just. I don't know. It's funny.
It's shocking, especially to girls when. Maybe they're used to guys like trying to be tough. It's like, that hurts my feelings. I've done it before with girls. Mainly it's just as a tactic to like win the argument.
Sure, yeah.
They're just like, what?
Why aren't you yelling at me?
Ew.
Yeah.
It might be
Most of them go ew.
Yeah, I know.
I've learned that a lot of girls, a lot of girls don't like it when you're like a vulnerable guy.
I know.
A lot of them don't.
It's annoying.
And I've gotten to the point where I'm not vulnerable, I'm honest. So if a girl's doing something that is bugging me and it's hurting my feelings, I say, this is bugging me and it's hurting my feelings.
Yeah.
But this is your fault. I like blame, because it is. Like they're making me hurt, they're hurting my feelings. I don't come out like, you're really hurting my feelings. Like I'm like, no, you're fucking hurting my feelings and you're being an asshole. Stop being an asshole.
Yeah.
This happens with a lot of girls. A lot of girls will try to emotionally, maybe this is a generalization, but a lot of girls that I've run into, at least on dating apps and whatever, they always try to emotionally manipulate you in some way.
Yeah.
And I just call it out. I say, stop. I know what you're doing. Knock it off. Stop with this trying to like, I don't know, like I don't know if I want to like see you right now because I'm like this and like that. I'm like, oh, so you don't want to see me. So this is a you thing. This is about you. This has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
This has not. You don't even give a fuck that I'm here. You just want me for like an emotional vibrator or some shit. You don't care that I'm here. And I tell them that, and I'm like, that hurts my fucking feelings.
I had a girl recently after a show.
Yeah.
She wanted to sleep with me. I didn't want to sleep with her.
Yeah.
It was like late at the Comedy Store, just a comedy club in LA. And she was like, so, what do you want to do? I'm down. Let's do it. And I was like, I want to go home. I was like,
yeah.
Come on. And I was like, I'm just going to go home. She's like, come on. What do you want to do? I was like, I want to go home. I'm going to go home. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then she's like, fine. I guess I'll walk home. And I was like, no, don't walk. It's like, it's dangerous. I already knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
It was like, get an Uber. She's like, okay. There's a price surge. I guess I'll just walk home.
Yeah.
And then I looked at Uber and was like, hey, look, there's no surge. And she's like, well, I'm going to walk the first 2 miles. Then I was like, no, don't. It's dangerous. Don't. It was 2 a.m. in West Hollywood. It was like, don't. There's like creeps everywhere. She's like, no, I'm going to. Then I was like, all right. I don't want to make things awkward, but I know what you're doing. You're trying to make me feel guilty. You want me to invite you to my place so you'll be safe. But come on, stop. Come on, just get an Uber.
Yeah.
And she reacted like she was almost started to laugh. I think that was like just her way of handling it. She's like, nah, I don't know. She started to laugh, giggling and stuff. I was like, sorry, come on, I'm going home. Just get an Uber, please. So she just got an Uber. And
She got
home.
into the Uber?
Yeah. But I didn't appreciate being manipulated into having sex.
Yeah. It's definitely a, you know, I mean, I think a lot of, but the problem is too, like that's a specific, those are girls that do that.
Right, not women.
Not women. Women don't do that shit. Like girls do that to a fucking T because I feel like there really is this thing with girls and boys. Boys do this with girls sometimes where they manipulate. It's on both ends, the manipulation, but girls have this habit sometimes, really mature girls have this habit of like treating a boy like a Ken doll where they say like what they want. They make the boy say what they want and do what they want. Like manipulate it, and then they like when they're done, they just throw it back in the fucking toy chest, and they get out another action figure, and they do that from guy to guy to guy.
Right.
And the thing is that those girls are very damaged, so guys for some reason get really attached to that, and then when they go like, "Hey, how are you?" they fucking go right back, and once again just take it out of the toy chest and just start playing with a fucking action figure again. And it's just like it's mean, but guys do the same shit on a different. But it's a more blunt and more abusive level that guys do it. I think, like literally more abuse. Like you're a bitch, you're a fucking cunt. You're like that's worse. It's worse,
right?
But it's still like it's on both ends. Girls do it in a very like Machiavellian way.
Ooh.
I just learned that from a Louis C.K. special. That's the only reason why I said it. I just learned it from that. But which just means like a very like old fashioned, like manipulative, like under the skin, like subtle way.
When this girl was doing that, I was like, all right, she's trying to manipulate me into having sex.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And in this climate of sexual harassment and stuff, I'm not saying all I'm saying is like it does fucking go both ways. It made me think of like how like I can't get upset at her right now because I'm a guy and I can't.
Yeah, because your version of getting upset is like fucking what? Like it's like getting actually upset.
Yeah,
you know. But her version of getting upset is like, okay, fine, I'll just walk.
Right.
It's very subtle.
Yeah,
and that fucking bugs the shit out of guys. The subtlety. But here's the thing: what I've started to do, which just what you did with her, which is just be like, stop, just knock it off. Stop what you're doing. Like, I know what you were doing. Stop it. Can you please just like, can we not do this? Like, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, let's just be honest and not, I don't know.
Right.
But anyways,
I have questions for you about Vine too.
Sure.
Are you going to do it?
I think once it starts and I start to watch Vines again and because I couldn't do it now.
And no one knows if it's going to be 6 seconds. No one knows anything.
If it's not 6.5 seconds and it's not a perfect loop, I'm not doing it. If it's like 8 and it's just like it does this weird like clip thing at the end because it's, you know, an app that's not just like a startup app, then I'm not going to do it. It has to be just like Vine in terms of the actual Vine.
I agree. I mean, I'm going to try it. No, regardless, but if there's like a speed up your voice like musically thing, I'm just gonna be like, oh man.
There's just something about it that just feels like Vine 2. Like, what does that mean? Vine 2? Because most sequels or improvements of the last one, or they add things to it.
Right.
But Vine didn't need anything to be added to it. Vine was perfect in like
from the start.
I would say from the start, it was perfect when I actually did enjoy when they allowed you to upload. I think once they allowed you to upload and allowed you to even edit in the actual app, it's all they needed. That was it. It was perfect in like 2015.
I thrived.
Like perfect.
I liked Vine the most when it first came out, and you either got it in one fucking take or you couldn't or you didn't. That's where I like thrived. So it was like either you're funny in one fucking take or you're not gonna get a good video.
I mean, I agree with that, and I also like think a lot of the time when I shot Vines, it was in camera roll. It was on my camera on my phone, and we would do like 5 takes.
Yeah.
Because you need 5 takes to order to get one really good one.
Yeah.
And I think that the Vines I made were like really, I mean, like even you towards the end. In the beginning, yeah, they were like very spontaneous and like, oh, you have to get it right. And sometimes it sucked because there would be these little like clippings of audio that were in, and you hear, which would be go.
3, 2, 1, or go.
Yeah. Go. But you would hear in the next, so it would be like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" Nothing, man. What about you? And it was
funny.
It was a little charming, but it was like towards the end, you just wanted Vines to be like clean and you know, like
I did like how how you could delete like the last thing you filmed, because that way, because I was doing public stuff, where if like I went to like engage with a stranger and they didn't give me anything good, I'd be like, oh well, there goes the entire Vine.
Yeah.
Which is only 6.5 seconds, but still.
But it's a lot of work.
Would spend hours.
Yeah, it would be a lot of work to make one single thing. I just think that to make, just allow the uploading, allow, if people want to still film in Vine, allow the editing thing, because that really did help shit a lot, allowing you to edit in the app itself. And just those 2 things, and keep it 6.5 seconds. Vine wasn't about all the functionality. Vine was about the ideas.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with like, you know, like Vine remix. Who the fuck cared when Vine came out with Vine remixes?
What was that? I never understood what that was.
It was basically like what Musical.ly is.
I'd get notifications like, your Vine has been remixed. But I'd press it and nothing was there.
Well, usually what it means is like remixing is what I can remember, because it was a long time ago. It was like Vine Musical.ly, where somebody would take your Vine and remix it like they're talking.
Okay.
Lip syncing your Vine that you did.
I was never able to view any of my remixed Vines.
Probably good, because they were all terrible. I mean, it wasn't that they were terrible. It's just like, why is that even a thing? Why does it even, like, Musical.ly exists? Like, they didn't need to add these little things. Keep it like this. Fundamentals. Keep it 6.5 seconds. Keep it looping perfectly. Crisp looping. And then make it... Keep the editing, keep uploading, and then have there be a comedy page, have there be a Popular Now.
Yeah, Popular Now.
Have there be both those things. Have there be an On the Rise. It was just like those 3 things. No one gave a fuck about anything else. No one watched. I mean, people watched Art Vine, sure, but like you didn't need like 8 channels in order to. You just keep it fucking simple.
And they made. I didn't like how childish it became at the end. Just like their design. It's like,
oh yeah.
Like I can't. It's hard to explain. You know what I mean? Like on the channels, it was like new feature, anime, and it was like the design of the anime page.
Oh yeah, sure.
Was like
that.
super childish, and I was like, God damn it, you're making this lame.
Well, I mean, every app feels the need to keep innovating and innovating and innovating and adding new features when the foundation of the app is what made it popular. Once you keep adding new features, people bitch. They get used to it eventually, but they bitch a lot, and it just takes away from that initial integrity of not integrity, but the initial appeal of the app, which is simplicity. And that's what Vine was in the beginning. That's why people gravitated towards Vine, because it was just film these videos and they'll loop. And also, take into account, Vine was the first app that allowed video like clips. Meaning like an app, like a specifically, like Instagram was photos. Instagram didn't have video when Vine was out.
Right.
Instagram, you could just see photos, but Vine was the first thing that was like, now it's video. Like now you can watch these little clips on video.
And I really hope they keep it so you scroll up or down.
Yeah, and not like Instagram right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's what made people watch for hours and hours. People just like shitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
Or most people lying in bed, just scrolling.
Yeah.
And not like seeing a bunch at once and be like, I'll pick this one. Just scrolling down.
People don't realize, well, I think they do now, but people don't realize how like really that app was like fucking brilliant. It was a really brilliant app in its design.
It was so simple. Like
that's the thing. The simplicity was brilliant. And so if they just keep that simplicity and people start making shit again, and I start to watch people make funny shit. That's the only reason I started making Vines in the first place, was because I saw other people use this format to make funny shit. And then I was like, that looks fucking fun. I want to do that.
Yeah.
And but that's gone now because it's been a fucking year. And I've been doing stuff for like YouTube, like longer form shit. So if I see that now and I'm like, fuck, that's really funny, then I'm going to go back to it for sure.
Do you think, are they going to restore our followers?
No way.
You think, we'll just everyone will start at 0?
I think that makes it fucking fun. I think that makes it really fun if it starts at 0.
Yes, except for like everyone, the entire world is aware of it now. When before it was like only like a certain demographic. When Vine first started, it was like artists.
What do you mean?
It was
Artists?
really like,
oh, you mean like the
like,
stop motion people?
like truly, and people who are into tech. It was like really intelligent, tech savvy people and stop motion artists. And it's because it wasn't popular yet. But now it's like it's going to be millions and millions of kids and teenagers who most of them won't be funny. I don't know. What am I saying? The community when Vine first came out was really cool. We were part of it.
Yeah, I remember.
And like we were all friends. It was like
everybody was really nice with each other. And the thing about Vine was it was a brilliant app. It had the shittiest community of any community I've ever seen.
Towards the end.
In the middle, too.
Yeah, in the middle.
It was really, in the beginning, it was fun. And then towards the tail end of 2013, beginning of 2014, started to get fucking toxic.
Yeah.
And it started to get toxic because it was a lot of smaller Viners. And I say smaller because they had a smaller audience.
Right.
They were making shit that was making fun of bigger Viners.
Yeah.
And so they hated the bigger Viners. But then bigger Viners hated the little guys. And so it was just like this constant ego battle between these two factions. It was like this fucking weird Romeo and Juliet, like whatever the fucking names of the families were, on Vine. It was just, it was really, and it was just awful. It was fucking terrible.
Remember that one night?
In retrospect, it was terrible.
It was me, you, and Vincent. We left this apartment. We're walking to, I think, a restaurant that we like.
Yeah.
And we walked by this bar, which is now closed, and we saw a bunch of smaller Viners. I'm sorry to call you smaller.
Well, they were smaller Viners. I mean, they were
but
they were whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
And then we went in there, and I didn't know any of them.
Yeah.
I stopped following people on Vine, and I didn't discover new Viners because it was overwhelming for me. It gave me a lot of anxiety. All the entire experience. I was like, what's happening? Holy shit. I stopped watching Vines because it would just make me think like, work. I gotta make stuff. So I just stopped following. I didn't discover new people. And then I think those smaller Viners, pretty sure they resented me because I didn't follow them.
Sure.
And so like we went to that bar. Remember that? This is the night that dude yelled at me.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Anyways, there was a group of Viners who became big later on.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of them, so I was just like, hey, what's up, guys? I didn't even know that they were Viners.
Yeah, I remember. I knew like 4 of them. I met one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was, I'm just going to name names now. Pretty sure it was Cassandre Presume. Very funny guy. Who else? Miel was there. Miel, that was the first time I met Miel. And then Ricky Montgomery, Caleb Hurst, and Samuel Hallways. Samuel Hallways was there. So these are all, everybody I just named were Viners, smaller people. They were smaller Viners. They had like 100,000, 300,000, which is not small by any means, but it's smaller in the grand scheme of what Vine was. People had fucking 10 million followers. So,
and when we got there, I think you knew Samuel Hallways.
I knew everybody except for Miel. I knew Cassandra. I knew Sam. I knew Ricky. I knew Caleb. I just didn't know Miel. So I was like, I didn't really know them, but I knew them.
Right. And maybe I'm probably doing a lot of projecting onto them.
Sure.
But I'm just a friendly guy. I'm just a friendly guy. So I was like, hey, what's up, guys? Hey, good to meet you. And like, I don't know, the vibes there was like, do they dislike me? And if so, why?
I don't think they disliked you. I think that it was more like, I didn't feel that at all. Granted, I was cool with most of them. And so I didn't feel jack shit. See, the thing is that they might have, because maybe you were giving off that energy too.
No, I think
maybe you were giving off this like kind of like, I don't know you guys, and they're like, oh fuck, he's giving off this weird I don't know you energy.
Maybe.
So maybe that was it. I mean, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
But I remember the night got fucking weird.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
This is an instance. I'll just tell the story.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is an instance. I'll tell the end, or I'll hint at the end. Here's an instance where I'm glad I was an old ass man, and I just like blatantly stuck up for myself.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone's like pretty much drunk.
Karaoke, all the things.
Karaoke, drinking. We all ended up laughing. I felt like I won over people. I felt like I needed to.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like the insecure community in me. It was like, I'm not getting. They're not smiling at me. I'll be funny and make them laugh.
Yeah.
All right, so we drank. We got drunk. Doing karaoke. Good times. We're outside the bar, ripping butts. No, I don't know. I might have smoked a cigarette. I don't know. We're just outside the bar, hanging out, waiting for Ubers and stuff. And then, whatever, Samuel hallways.
Yeah, just say his name. It's fine.
Sam, who I was cool with, all of a sudden, I was talking about live shows, and I said, like, yeah, I did a show at, like, Levity Live in West Nyack, New York. And, like, some of the fans were cool. Some of the fans were, like, awkward. And he was like, hold on, dude. He was like, you don't have fans. You have followers. And I was like, what? Like, you don't have fans. They're not your fans. They're your followers. He's like getting in my face about it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't accept it. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I have fans. I was like, I have fans. I have followers and I have fans. Fans come to see me at shows.
Yeah.
I have fans who are passionate.
Well, you left out one detail that he said. He said, you don't have followers. You don't have fans. You have followers. Evan Breen has fans.
Oh, yeah,
That's one detail that you left out.
Evan Breen has fans. You have followers.
Evan Breen was a very, very popular, like, smaller Viner who became a big Viner. Fucking hilarious guy.
Super funny.
Super funny guy.
Super nice, dude.
And super nice. So, like, but anyways, just to give it context. But yeah, he said that, like, Evan Breen, and all the small Viners respected the fuck out of Evan Breen.
Yeah.
He was, like, the top guy for them for a long time. So, so he said that, and then I remember I came outside, and you were mid-argument, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and I just was like, I'm getting in my Uber, and I left.
Right.
I left really quickly, and I just remember Miel was there just looking at you guys like, really, like, fuck, something's about to happen. Like, these guys are gonna fight. That's what her face, like, like,
really?
sold the whole thing to me. I was like, fuck.
I never felt like I was gonna fight. Even when I'm in an argument with anyone, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna fight. I'm 33.
Yeah, but it was an assault on your feelings.
It was an attempt at it.
Yeah,
but I forget exactly what I said. It was like, fuck. I was probably like, fuck you. I have fans.
Yeah,
sure. I have some people who follow me just because they saw something and they press follow. But fuck you. I have fans. They wear my fucking t-shirts to my shows.
Well, that was a very good microcosm of what the Vine community was.
Yeah.
Was literally smaller guys yelling at bigger guys. Yeah. For the bigger guys having, quote unquote, just followers, and the smaller guys like, no, we have fans because our stuff's good. And that's why we have fans, because our stuff's actually good. You have followers because your stuff's like garbage.
Here's why I never bought into having an ego about Vine. It's because Vine was never cool. Like, if you made a video, it's not cool. Like, I never felt like, dude, I'm a fucking Viner. This is fucking cool, dude. It was just like, I'm doing this app. I like what I do, but it's not cool.
Sure.
I feel like a lot of people like thought this shit was like righteous and like, yeah, dude, this is fucking art, dude. It's like, sure, you can make art, but it's still an app, and like you're just still making people chuckle in their bedroom.
I think it was like I always categorized Vine as a high school cafeteria where there were the art kids who are, the art kids in high school, that are like, yeah, like we actually care about like what we're going to do when we're older. We don't have a plan, but like it's all about like, we'll just figure it out. But we like fucking, all these books and all these movies that are like different or whatever. And, and so they sit at the table and they just judge everybody else. And then you got the jocks and the preppy high school like girls who are with the jocks and just the popular kids, mainly just the popular kids, the popular table. And the popular table are just like, yeah, like fucking we're killing it and high school's great and we're going to kill it when we're older and everything's like panned out for us and everything. But the problem with those two tables, and then there was everybody else. There was literally just those two tables. Mm-hmm. The problem with those two tables is they're both shitty for different... They're the same, and they're equally shitty, but for different reasons. And...
Go on.
The way I saw it was like everybody on Vine just really felt like everybody hated each other, even people who were in the top Viners. Like, okay, let's go back to these two factions. The popular Viners, even they, when shit would like go down, like shit going down, meaning you would steal a Vine idea, or whatever the fuck. When somebody was accused of stealing a Vine idea, there would be like beef and like this stupid shit, and then like there would be fallings out, and people would turn on each other so quick. So it always just to me felt like, the same goes for the small Viners. It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. Where somebody would like do an idea that's similar, and then everyone would be like, actually, like this person did this first, so why didn't you tag them? And then that person would like be like, oh yeah, like why didn't you tag me? And then like it's just all this shit. And then so I heard a story about. Well, there's probably multiple stories I like this about a smaller Viner. There's a Viner called Peaks. And he's infamous. Peaks is an infamous Viner.
He's a nice guy, by the way.
He's fine. I think he has a problem with me because I said I made a joke on Twitter a long time ago that said Peaks did 9/11.
Yeah.
And it was just like a joke. And then Peaks...
And not an original joke.
No, not at all. But I mean, nothing's original to me, so whatever.
Thief!
Yeah, sure. Anyway, so like Peaks is... He gets... We have like a back and forth after that. Everybody like is like, yeah, fuck Peaks. And I was just like, this is just a funny idea to me. Just Peaks did 9/11.
It's a silly little thing to say.
Silly thing to say. And Peaks was like, yeah, like, I don't know. He made some joke about fucking my mom.
Oh.
And I just said, like, I think I said, I don't know, man. My mom married a Mexican illegal dishwasher, so her standards are pretty high. I don't know if she'd go for you. It was just like a little jab back. Uh-huh. It wasn't fuck you. It was like a little jab back. And Peaks was like, okay, that was kind of funny. And so everything was fine. It felt like fine.
Right.
And then I met Peaks, and once again, like I met him at a premiere, and I was just like, dude, you didn't do 9/11. It was a joke. And he was like, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
And then literally a year goes by, and then Peaks, no, not Peaks, but Max Jr., who was another Viner. Yeah. Max Jr.
From Boston. I've hung out with him. Another good dude. I think he maybe was going through a dark time during this. Go on.
I don't know, but
I don't know either.
Out of nowhere, Max straight up like...
Literally 2 years later.
Yeah, he straight up says like, yo, you a little bitch, white bitch, if you saying this shit about my homeboy or whatever.
Wait, he said white bitch?
Yeah, he called me like a little white bitch. And I was like, I'm actually a Mexican bitch. So, and then he was like, you little Mexican bitch. And I was like, okay, now you're just getting weird. And so he just started to come at me, and it was weird. And everybody saw it, and everybody jumped in. All the smaller Viners, some of the big guys jumped in too. It was so strange. And I didn't start it. I have no problem with Max, and I still don't to this day.
Right.
I mean, he made me very upset, and I made a very it was a mean video at his expense where I was saying he's an asshole. Because he was treating everybody like he was treating me like a fucking asshole, and he was acting like an asshole.
He was acting like
a fucking asshole, and it's just But anyways, so that's once again, me and Max were on the same, we were two Viners, and then we just for some reason we hated each other really quickly. And so anyways, so back to Peaks. Peaks was notorious for stealing ideas. He was very notorious for doing that, quote unquote. Like, he was notorious for doing that. So he, I read the story about how he read the story like it's on the New York Times. I read an
article.
I read an article in fucking Huffington Post. No, I heard a story from a smaller Viner about how they had their ideas stolen from Peaks. And they were like, hey, that was my idea. Can you credit me? And Peaks he was like, no, fuck you, faggot. Like, he called him like faggot and was just like, or whatever.
Are you sure?
He's positive. I mean, I'm not positive, but this is all hearsay. Allegedly, he called him a faggot. And then the guy, allegedly. This is what I hear from a smaller guy. So it might not be true. But here's the thing, too, I was like, okay. The smaller Viner mentality was always like, it's all about just like, the Vines, man. Like, and like fucking who cares about numbers? Who cares about, it's like, if you don't care about that, why do you care that someone's stealing your idea?
Yeah.
Why do you need to be credited in an idea? I'm not saying it's right to steal ideas.
Right.
It's not. But why do you need the credit if it doesn't matter? And it was just that mentality of like, I don't care. That was fucking proven bullshit. Like, you do care. You care about numbers. You care about your ideas. You care about this shit. And it seems like the new Vine 2, a lot of the smaller Viners have all tweeted about it. They've all tweeted about it, and they're all excited, and maybe it fucking turns out good. Like, I don't know. Maybe everything's fine. But as soon as Peaks tweeted out, hey, I'm super excited about Vine coming back. Can't wait to make some Vines. Like, just enthusiastically. Like, he tweeted that out. Mm-hmm. And everybody was like, fuck you fucking cock, and you fucking... And I was like, wow, what a community.
Yeah, it's mean. What
a fucking great community that this guy that just wants to make Vines again,
right.
You just shit all over him. And now he's probably not going to do it. Yeah, fucking great community, so wholesome and loving. It's just toxic. And same with Lele. Like, Lele, I think Lele tweeted out something too, and fucking everybody.
That's people who think Vine is cool. It's not cool.
Vine's not cool at all. Vine's it's for nerds. We're all nerds.
Yeah, and it's like it.
And granted, sure, like, Lele's whatever she is. I've heard some stuff about her. I don't know if it's true. But whatever, she wants to make fucking Vines. Who cares? Who cares if she dominates the pop page again? Just make your shit and just fucking who cares? If that's really what these guys are all about, like, it's just about the Vines, man.
That's douchey, too.
Then who cares if Lele's on it? Who cares if Peaks is on it? Who cares at all? Just do your... If anything, it's good that they're on it because they bring a fucking audience.
Right.
If they're not there, you have no audience.
Right.
You don't have a fucking audience. Everybody needs the Leles. They need the Peaks. They need all the big guys.
Agreed.
In order for there to be a fucking audience.
Preach.
That's all I'm saying. Like, it's just... I don't know. Vine is such a bittersweet thing to me because I loved making shit. I loved making shit with you. I loved making shit with Jason. My favorite thing was going to our friend Matt's house, Matt Cutchell, who was another Viner, really funny. We would go to his house. It would be me, you, man, and a bunch of our friends. We'd all just fucking make shit for 4 hours.
Yeah.
We'd all come with an idea and we'd fucking film, and it was awesome.
It was great.
It was a great time. And then fucking I would meet up with like smaller Viners and big guys too. Like, fuck these small, big Vine labels. Viners. I would meet up with other people. Right. And I would just make shit with them. And it was fucking dope. And that's what I miss. I like having a Vine do good was a great feeling.
Yeah.
But I miss making shit with people.
Me too, man. I miss looking around the phone, watching a Vine that you just made, and everyone laughing.
Oh. Yeah. It was an awesome feeling. That's what Vine was. Vine turned into this thing that was so toxic. The actual app got so fucking toxic that it almost, in my recollection, tarnished the actual like feeling of making a Vine. The feeling of making one and like posting it and having it do and that people like it, and then like you like it, and it's just that was tarnished with the toxicity of the community.
So it's people think it's cool to hate, to be a hater. So like hating Peaks is cool.
Sure,
that's someone who thinks they're being cool. They also think Vine is nothing's cool.
Yeah, that's the
thing.
What
I mean? Nothing is cool.
That's what most people don't realize just about life is that most things aren't cool. Everyone poops. No one's cool.
Right.
That's what I've always thought. The act that everyone takes a shit and sits on a toilet, that image, imagine the coolest guy you know doing that.
Yeah.
They're not cool anymore.
Right.
So that's what I've
always been very frustrated with people who try to be cool. Granted, sometimes I try to be cool. I try to wear a cool jacket. But I don't know. People, that's why I don't like girls who post with the Snapchat filters. They're trying to like look cute and cool.
Sure,
it's like, nothing's cool.
Nothing's fucking, everything's... And the thing about art, quote unquote, is that nothing's original anymore.
Right.
Everything was done. Fucking Shakespeare almost did everything. So we're all just copying Shakespeare.
And supposedly Shakespeare stole everything.
So who fucking knows? And so that's the thing about like these thieves and these like crediting people and doing this and that and that. And like, it's a lot of it's just a lot of noise when you should just it's a lot of noise that you shouldn't pay attention to. If you're just all about like, I want to make my own ideas and I want to post them to Vine or I want to post them to YouTube, I want to post them to Instagram, it shouldn't matter what anyone else is doing. It really shouldn't matter. All that should matter is your work or your stuff that you're putting out. As long as it makes you feel good and you make it and it makes you feel good and you're satisfied with it, and fuck, even people like it, then fucking awesome. But there's no need to constantly be tearing on other people because they're fucking either bigger than you or they have content that you don't like, that you don't think is funny. Who fucking cares if you don't think it's funny? There's fucking millions of people that think that shit's funny.
I think stealing in art and comedy is very wrong.
It is, but
here's a good way to and a lot of times
it sounds like I'm advocating for stealing. I'm not at all.
A lot of times, I know you're not. A lot of times people have parallel thinking and they think of the same idea as somebody else.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And then people are just like, fuck you stole. But here's a good way to never get perceived as a thief. Don't do super relatable humor. A lot of Viners would be like, all right, fucking, what's relatable? What's trending on Vine? All right, high school, homework, detention. All right, got it. And it's a super unoriginal idea that someone else has done a million times throughout the history of comedy.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why I like to do characters. I invent my own characters. It was like, well, yeah, I'm not stealing.
Yeah, this is just a weird character that I have.
That's super bizarre, but I was still accused of stealing. My character, Alex, who was like, it's a beautiful day. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I love you. I eventually put a bunch of lipstick on my face to distract people to distract strangers to notice that I was filming them. I was like, look at my face, not at my phone. And then towards the end of Vine, people were like, stealing from Miranda Sings. Because I was using too much lipstick and had a unique voice.
Sure.
So I get so frustrated. I was like, oh, because I have too much lipstick? She was the first one to do that?
I don't know, man. It's just like,
try to be original, and then you won't be perceived as a thief.
Originality is all about execution, and it's all about your own flavor. It has nothing to do with the idea itself. A lot of people can be like, that feeling when you drink wine, and it's about that feeling. I mean, I don't know why that would be a Vine. I don't know why that would be an idea. That feeling when you drink wine. But I don't know, like when you get home and you're fucking done with work. I don't fucking know. Something like that.
A popular one was like, when the fridge is filled with sauce and not food.
Yeah.
Or like when you're...
These are all very like generic Vine ideas that we're throwing out. Almost like when Vine first started, it was all when this happens. And towards the tail end of Vine, people were like, okay, we don't have to do this anymore.
And then it became no captions because that was so fucking cool.
Sometimes I agree. I mean, it was like, oh, fucking who cares? But it was also like sometimes no cap, like Vines just speak for themselves, which was kind of,
A popular Vine would be like, when your parents open your bedroom door and then leave it open. It's like, close the door! Which I can relate to as a teenager.
I don't know. It was a lot of vitriol, and it was just... And I hope... This is what I hope. I hope Vine 2... And this is probably not going to happen. But I hope it's just like everybody makes shit and keeps their fucking mouth shut and just is like, hey, man, good job on this thing. Hey, man, good job on this thing you made.
Here's what I think is going to happen. This is a cynical thought. If I feel like I'm going to get a decent amount of hate because like people are like, oh, God, fucking writing's back. Fucking fuck you, dude. We didn't like in the first place.
Sure.
Leave room for the new Viners. So it's going to be us OGs in quotes coming back. And if we were never like always super cool and shit, we're going to get hated on.
I don't know.
Which, fuck it. One thing that frustrated me was like I would intentionally be annoying in my Vines.
Yeah.
Because I think it's funny to annoy people. And it makes it catchy. Like, do you want to dance with me?
Yeah.
Very annoying.
Yeah.
Catchy, but annoying. I did that on purpose. It's like, I want to be annoying. So people are like, God, I can't get it out of my head.
Yeah.
Get you out of my head. Call back. Anyways, I think I'm a little bit drunk right now. I just have a feeling like I'm gonna have a very big presence in my characters. They're very outgoing and out there, I can already picture people just being like, shut the fuck up. But you know what? I don't care because nothing's cool. Nothing matters.
I mean, even like Vine itself, like the reason why Vine ended wasn't because Twitter canceled it, because Twitter deleted it. It was because Vine no one watched it anymore.
Yeah.
No one watched it anymore. Barely anybody watched it. And now
Yeah.
it's gone and everybody likes it. It's like what I was talking about with the girlfriend, with the toxic girlfriend, where like when she's gone as a guy, you're just like, fuck, I want to like, and she texts you again. You're like, oh my God, you're here. And it's like the memories, you get rid of all the shit and you keep all the good shit in your head.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's what I see Vine as, is like, it's, if it comes back and if it's a huge thing, and I hope it stays a huge thing. I hope it's like everyone's like, yeah, Vine again. And I hope it does. It's not like Vine, who cares? Which is what it was at the end of its lifespan.
Totally.
So if there's this newfound enthusiasm for it and people make shit that's cool and no one fucking judges people for it. I mean, it's fun sometimes to be like, you know, if it's a bad Vine, it's fun to like maybe with your friends be like, this is stupid. But like to make it like, fuck this person, like on Twitter, like, fuck you, I'm going to use all my followers to fucking trash you, then that's different.
Right.
That's an assault, like Sam Hallways did with you. It's just an assault.
But
so
I didn't buy it. I was just like, no, fuck you.
yeah.
Which that was a moment in my life where I was like, good for you, right? You stuck up for yourself.
It's nice to stick up for yourself. I've been doing that more often.
Nice.
It's a good feeling. But yeah, I don't know, man. Everybody be nice to each other on Vine and make things that are funny, and nothing's original and numbers don't matter, or they shouldn't.
And please just don't make videos because you think it'll get likes. Like, I don't know.
But people will do that.
As a viewer, for me, just, I don't know, be funny. Try hard.
I don't care if they're making videos to get likes. I just don't want everybody to be like judging everybody else for doing their own specific things, because then therein lies hypocrisy, and I don't really like that.
Right.
Even though I'm a massive hypocrite myself, I probably fucking contradicted myself 8 times during this podcast. But
a lot of legitimate comedians didn't make Vines because they saw what was happening on there, and it was all like super relatable humor about homework. So that's why I'm saying, just don't follow trends maybe as much as we used to. I don't know. I want my fellow comedians to like make Vines with me.
That'd be nice.
Instead of them looking at it and be like, oh, well, this sucks. Fuck that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I got to pee real bad.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
let's end it with the beatbox.
Let's do it, man. Yeah. Vine 2. Coming back, yo. Here we go. Lele Pounds, Peaks. Lele Pounds, Peaks. Lele Pounds, Peaks, and some other guys. Make some vines. Love each other. Make some vines. Love each other. Small guys, big guys, make some vines. Love each other. Nothing's original. Everybody dies. Nothing means anything.
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad.